to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Star Trek Continues. This is the first part of the two-part finale of Star Trek Continues. This is called To Boldly Go, Part 1. And what it shall be about, I don't know. They've set up a few things across the show that they might touch on in this one. The mystery of the hood. That's basically it. But this show loves to refer back to stuff that they've already done, refer back to the original show, bring in cameos from the original show, and all sorts of things. So I'm excited to see what they do with a two-part episode. Last time we had What Ships Are For, and it was a very black and white episode, and its moral tale. And it was a good episode to think about, you know, about our prejudices, and ones that we don't see until our eyes are opened. And then what do we do? You know? Oh my god, you were an alien all along. Shoot her! And we shot them all. The end. Right. Let's get into part 1 of this episode. See what it's all about. Ooh, look at this. Is this on the ship? This is on the ship.
Thank you for allowing me to meditate with you.
This is normally done in private, Counselor, but it is an honor to teach Vulcan techniques to one so willing.
These two have become great friends.
When this mission is over, I will miss these times with you.
Oh, yeah. I'll miss this show.
And I with you.
Ooh, these two. Holy moly.
Doctor, I believe you may benefit from further teaching with masters on Vulcan.
Perhaps you could as well. There's a discipline called the Dalhut Nar, isn't there?
Dalhut Nar.
To help one accept the wisdom of vestigial emotions.
There is also the Kolinar.
To
the
purge.
Purging of all remaining emotions.
Yeah. I know that one.
There is no chance of me undertaking the former, nor the latter. I have served aboard their starship for 16 years. I would not admit this in front of Dr. McCoy. Such a lengthy association with men and women from Earth has taught me to value my maternal birthright.
Yeah. What a beautiful scene.
Captain's log, stardate 6988.4. The Enterprise is scheduled to return to Earth shortly. I always intended to bring her back in one piece, but the triumph is bittersweet. The recent loss of our sister ship still gnaws at me. Whatever it was that caused the Hood's crew to lose life support, killing all 430 men and women aboard is...
the big mystery that they've been setting up.
Kirk here.
Priority incoming message from the Chief of Starfleet Operations.
I'll take it down here, Lieutenant.
Hmm? Who's this? Oh, hello.
Captain, Priority 1. We're diverting you to Aldebaran.
The Aldebaran system.
Admiral, considering the ships we've lost in that system recently, do you think that's wise?
It's necessary. The Yorktown and Republic were severely damaged during their investigation into the Hood's loss.
Yeah, we heard that.
And shortly afterwards, the Federation colony on Aldebaran 3 went completely silent.
How could an entire Federation colony suddenly go silent?
Are they dead?
Starfleet has a top-secret laboratory on that world. The supply vessel we sent to investigate never returned. The Halifax reported significant anti-proton residue on the planet's surface. You think you know what that means?
Romulans.
Romulans? What kind of research are you doing on that planet? We could have caused all this craziness. Forget about the Romulans. We're dealing with it. I'm glad. You know? It's like the arc of this show that they've sprinkled in little hints too. So I'm glad we're dealing with it this time. We should go in shields raised and hull reinforced. To carefully go, as I would go. I would carefully go.
Captain, readings indicate the colony has been destroyed.
Romulan plasma weapon?
Judging by the damage, it appears the central reactor has suffered a containment failure.
It's impossible. I installed the safeguards myself 5 years ago.
Perhaps some kind of sabotage.
At least the Pandora Science Lab's intact. I'll have to put you down outside.
Just put us down in one piece, Scotty.
Not in any walls. Please, Scotty, thanks. What's he going for too? What about the dream team? What about McCoy? You take that side of the rock, and I'll take this side of the rock. Great
The
set,
disruption field is
by the way,
obstructing my readings.
look at the depth of it.
I am detecting 2 life forms, large enough to be humanoid.
Oh, hey, buddy. We've seen something like you before.
Automated defenses!
Oh, it's shielded. Maybe all 3 of us together. Oh.
Could the turret's anti-grav beam be creating a gap at the bottom of its deflector screen?
Highly possible.
Get underneath it.
Let's find out.
Slide shoot. Nice thinking. He bubbly went that time.
Fascinating.
You're Vulcan.
Oh, hey.
Affirmative.
Forgive the attack. The drone's sensors thought you're another Romulan invader. The biosigns are almost identical.
Captain James T. Kirk, Federation Starship Enterprise.
T for Tiberius.
Yeah. Oh. ESP. ESP woman. From, Where No Man Has Gone Before. Where No Man Has Gone Before. Hey, are they too boldly go. Anyway, there's 2 possibilities. 1, she's blind. 2, it's the ESP. She's got super god powers, maybe. She doesn't need that drone then. 3, it's something entirely different. Let's find out.
Who are you? What happened here?
You don't know?
No.
It was your starship that first pierced the barrier around our galaxy 5 years ago.
Yeah, we went outside.
An energy field that enhances humans with high ESP quotients.
Yeah.
Since then, certain Starfleet officials have been assembling us, experimenting. 25 in total.
Whoa.
It appears you too have journeyed through the barrier yourself.
A trial run.
Trial for what?
Cool effect on the eyes.
The ultimate last resort.
Protection against invasion.
In the event the Federation is ever invaded by a superior force, we were to fly through the galactic barrier.
Effectively weaponizing you.
The
Turn them
Federation
into
is in the
gods.
business of weaponizing its citizens.
You should better familiarize yourself with the Starfleet Charter, Article 14, Section 31. Captain,
Section 31.
absolute power does not corrupt absolutely. It corrupts selectively. Aboard your ship, one uplifted Esper became a megalomaniac, while the other retained humanity.
Oh, she saw that episode,
And which are you?
I follow Sastar Pohan.
A human spiritual movement that follows the pacifist teachings of Serac and Tumord of Vulcan.
What happened here?
A cloaked vessel arrived.
Romulans.
They overwhelmed the lab, destroyed the ship sent here to investigate.
The Halifax.
The Romulans vaporized our scientists and kidnapped the Espers.
What about you?
Kidnapped them.
I used my powers to suspend my life signs. I played dead.
What do Romulans want with a bunch of Espers?
Despite my advanced ESP rating, my experiences with the barrier failed to uplift me.
Yep.
I suspect Vulcan physiology renders us immune to the psionic effects. And if Vulcans cannot be uplifted,
And neither can Romulans.
That makes sense.
They want to use the kidnapped Espers.
Against the Romulan Praetor, they oppose his termination of the Klingon alliance.
What's your name?
Lana.
Lana.
You'll be safe with us.
Captain, a word.
I don't trust her too much. Could go either way.
It was incredibly dangerous to have Mitchell aboard the Enterprise after his powers had multiplied. If we leave Lana here, she will remain as we intended him to be, isolated.
You heard her, Spock. She's a pacifist.
Yeah, but do we believe her?
Romulan ship full of espers. Espers that have been turned. I want us to have one of our own.
Captain, there is the matter of the other life form I detected.
That would be me, Commander.
Oh, hey, Romulan.
Drop your weapon! Do you feel confident that you can shoot me before I kill your captain?
Hold your position, Lieutenant.
Surrender is not the Romulan way, Captain. Save yourselves.
What do you want?
But the mutant stays with me.
I believe we have approximately 38 seconds until a force chamber overload.
We will not abandon a Federation citizen.
Well... Use your Kirk fighting skills, come on. Where's your fighting skills go? The thing's gonna explode.
Enterprise.
Captain, we cannot leave him here to die.
Yeah, take him with us.
Emergency. 5 to be moused, now!
He came out of nowhere, didn't he? He's like, she's staying with me. And she was like, nope. Something's fishy. Everything's fishy about
Sulu
this.
has detected the Romulan kidnappers on long-range sensors.
Excellent.
They have a head start. A good one. They'll cross into the neutral zone before we can catch them.
A week before my retirement.
Sure.
I'm ordering you to pursue those Karskat Romulans into the zone, all the way to the home worlds if you have to.
Jesus.
Just get the Espers back. Starfleet out.
This was a shady thing to begin with, and now it's even shadier.
Kirk to bridge. Set a course for the Romulan neutral zone. Maximum warp.
Yeah, we're going to their home world if we need to.
Acknowledged. Uhura, transmit this encrypted message on the following subspace frequency.
Sir, that carrier wave's only...
Please proceed. Direct any response to my quarters.
Hey, Doc.
4-0. Perfect.
I try to take the stairs instead of levitating whenever I can. Keep in shape.
Get her on the leg machine, Doc.
Captain.
We're in hot pursuit. We'll get your friends back.
The Romulan?
He's in our brig. Why was he still there on Aldebaran 3?
Yeah, what's going on?
I think he's a Praetorian spy. Must have infiltrated the dissidents.
Right?
He fled to the hills after they discovered him. We were the only people at the lab for weeks. Our paths crossed frequently.
Why didn't you use your abilities to subdue him?
Yeah.
He has tremendous innate powers. And as I told you, Captain, I am a strict pacifist.
She thought, no. What kind of an answer is that's a weird answer. Everything's about this is weird. I'm planting my flag in weird. There we go. It's in weird. You're gonna have to do a lot to get my flag take it out again. I'll tell you that. Hey everybody, there's been a bit of a cut, I had to stop the recording, and it's the next day. But I did read the transcript up until the point where we left off. And, yeah, nothing's adding up. Nothing's adding up about this whole damn thing. You know? This one on the planet? And her Romulan friend? No. First of all, the Federation woman didn't tell us. She tells us there's this secret base on this planet, right? But she doesn't tell us any details about it. It's only when we beam down and talk to this one, I think her name's Lana, that we find out that after the events of Where No Man Has Gone Before, we decided in our great wisdom to build up a secret army of espers, you know, to take on potential threats in the future. She didn't tell us any of that. You know, you think that would be useful information to have on our when we're going to investigate? And I don't know, there's this Romulan on the planet. The story is that the Romulans came destroyed everybody in the lab, took all the Espers, and now they're going back to their home planet to depose their Praetor, and because they don't like the way he's doing things, right? But that doesn't explain, for me, that doesn't explain what happened to the Hood, or the ships that came to investigate it. That was like a mysterious space. There was something happening there. There was some weird, inexplicable thing happening. Right? Well, we were investigating, and then we sent 2 more ships. You know? Now I can put that down to Espers with their godlike powers. You know? Experimentations and all that sort of thing. I blame them for that. But I blaming the Romulans just seems all sort of... That doesn't sit right with me at all. And now we've got this one Romulan on the planet who... The story is that he was... he's for the Praetor, right? And he was sneaking aboard the Romulan ship. But he's secretly against them. And then he took off when they discovered it. So it's just him and that one woman on the planet. And they've been hanging out there for, I don't know, a few weeks. Hello, how do you do? They've crossed paths a few times, is in the dialogue. and then he suddenly appears in this episode. He's like, no, she stays with me. It doesn't, nothing about that seems right. And then she's like, she can just toss away his disruptor, but she can't subdue him because he's got mental fortitude of, you know, he's super strong. He's lead-lined. He's her kryptonite. They're in cahoots. Those two, if I've ever seen 2 people more in cahoots in a TV show, it's those 2. Her and that Romulan. The Romulan, the first thing she asked about was him. On the ship. In this scene. So, yeah, they're like in love or something. But what's actually happening, I don't know. The Romulans kidnapped our super Espers in order to take down, to aid them in a coup. And they've been turned. They turned the Espers. Like, what? Why did the Espers not just repel them when they appeared with their superpowers? Maybe they didn't go beyond the galactic rim to get the superpowers yet. I don't know. As I said, nothing about this episode makes any sense. Oh, and Spock has sent a secret message to somebody, and all replies are to go directly to him. We have no idea what that's about. But a sweet scene at the start of this episode between him and the duck. McKenna? Him and McKenna? That was nice. My question is, will we have a cliffhanger at the end of part 1? Will I have any answers at the end of part 1? All I know is that we can't trust... Oh, but she's peace-loving. That's her defense. Of course we have to trust her, Spock. She said she follows the way of the dove. So? Since when do we trust what people say? Very naive. Right, got her all out of my system.
I do not utilize my abilities to harm others unless they pose a direct threat.
Right.
We'll be engaging the Romulan ship soon. I hope I don't have to call on you, but...
I have the chem lab synthesizing hyaronolin, best against radiation burns.
Okay, good.
Bridge to Captain.
Keep your door open, Doc.
Kirk here, go ahead, Sulu.
The Marauders are about to cross into the neutral zone.
Sound battle stations, I'm on my way.
What are you up to? What are you up to?
5 seconds.
Stay sharp, everyone.
Hey, you're new.
Warning, treaty violation. Warning, treaty violation.
Yeah, thanks.
Warning, treaty.
On course for Romulan space.
Keep an even hand on the tiller,
Sir? Instructions unclear.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Old Russian saying.
There's no sign of the Marauder, Captain. She could be cloaked.
I've got something on motion sensors.
Can we get a phaser lock?
No, sir, but he's out there.
Captain, a Romulan ship is decloaking off our port
Uh-oh.
bow.
Shields to maximum.
A different one?
Imperial brother, pray. I have vision.
Oh. Hey, fellas.
The Marauder?
Negative.
The vessel is registered as the IRW Hawk's Talon.
Did you call them?
Captain, we're being hailed.
How did Spock know that? Oh! Why am I saying no? Remember Spock and Commander Whatsit had liaisons back in episode 2 of season 3. Remember? That was his true love. That was a great episode. I think it was called The Enterprise Incident. I don't know what happened to her. Did we give her back to the Romulans? It could be her. It's her! I'd know her anywhere.
Commander?
I received Mr. Spock's message requesting a parley.
They've done a great job making her look like her.
The Enterprise violated interstellar law by entering Romulan space. Shall we call it war now, Captain Kirk? Or wait for an official declaration?
Let's have a chat.
Contacting the Romulans? Spock? On your own initiative? What were you thinking? Why didn't you ask me?
You would not have agreed.
Damn right I wouldn't have agreed.
This is interesting.
You're lucky I don't rip one of those stripes right off your sleeve.
Captain, I am confident, once I speak with her, that she will see the wisdom of assisting us in pursuing the Romulan dissidents.
Yeah.
She and I have a rapport.
They do have chemistry.
Rapport.
They did a hand thing.
Bring her aboard. Spock. You have 30 minutes. I hope that's enough time for your rapport.
Watch him work, Kirk. Watch him work. Dickerson?
Come aboard the Enterprise. Again.
Captain.
Please conduct the lieutenant to guest quarters.
Aye, sir.
Hey, dude. Nice helmet.
Jolan True.
And should I greet you as your people would?
Do the hand thing.
Live long and prosper?
You may greet me as you wish.
I confess, the humans did treat me well. Still, I was surprised the exchange was arranged so quickly.
Your praetor would seem quite loyal to you. Is your loyalty to him as great? Commander, he needs your help. I need your help.
It's a crazy story. Wait till you hear it.
Your father negotiated the arrangement that led to my return.
Oh, sorry.
I will aid you, if I can.
He only needs 3 minutes, Kirk. Not 30.
Spock mentioned Romulan dissidents and kidnapped humans with psionic abilities. Our intelligence sources know nothing of these marauders.
Yeah, it's weird.
In order to track them, I will need their ship's configurations.
We apprehended a Romulan commander on Aldebaran 3, an undercover member of the vessel's crew still loyal to the praetor.
Apparently, we don't know anything. Does she know?
Jolan True.
I've never seen this individual before. He is certainly no Romulan commander.
Oh, how's this happening?
Transporter room, what the hell's going on?
I beamed the prisoner out of the brig, just as you ordered, sir.
Oh.
Damn it. I gave no such order.
Captain?
I know my fleet as well as you know yours. That man was an imposter.
An imposter who's now on the loose.
This just got more complicated, though. That Romulan is an imposter? But everything is like it's like Schrodinger's episode for me. We haven't seen any of these Espers. We haven't seen the Romulan Marauder. We haven't seen... The only Romulan we've seen, apart from her, is an imposter guy. Kirk gave an order to beam him out? No. But who could have faked that? The Esper, right? With her mind rays. This episode is such a goddamn mystery, isn't it? I love it. I love it. And the casting for her, the Romulan commander, it's just visually on point.
Captain, I swear I received orders to transport the prisoner. I don't know where.
How dare
Sir,
you?
the targeting scanner's memory logs have been erased. The imposter could not have traveled far. Our shields have been at full power since Commander Charvanek beamed aboard.
He's still on the Enterprise.
Exactly.
I need security teams on all decks.
Intruder alert. Main engineering.
There we go.
Intruder alert. Main engineering.
Hey, you!
No. What are you doing? What are you taking? What was that? Did he take our dilithium?
The mains are going offline.
Hold your fire! He's released the ectoplasma! Hand to hand.
Yeah. The old-fashioned way. Nice. Oh no. What's this move?
Clear!
Shoot him. You did some sort of thing on her. Hey, Omega.
The nerve pinch was as you described. Charvanek will be incapacitated for at least 3 hours.
It was a head pinch, dude.
Her second in command wants to return immediately.
They are better equipped to treat her than we are.
Prepare the commander for transport. What's his status?
I'm keeping him under.
I've been doing some digging. The Aldebaran colony's last census listed one Vulcan. A male anthropologist named Sentek. Federation records show that he's married to our friend Lana. And his ESP rating is through the roof.
Cahoots, I tells you.
Natural psionic abilities way beyond normal.
His powers are already so strong. Why go to an Esper lab?
Maybe to find a mate.
Okay, Drake.
One that could be uplifted by the barrier.
Want to bet Lana's trip into the barrier wasn't authorized by Starfleet?
Well, we got some answers.
To have everyone like you taken prisoner, it must have been very difficult.
Colleagues.
What's this? 3D checkers? I've never seen this before. I've seen 3D chess. This looks like 3D checkers. Yeah, because of the piece shape? King me.
Neighbors. Friends.
It's important to allow yourself time to grieve, Lana.
Oh,
That was a brilliant performance.
Yeah.
We know about you and Sentek.
She's been through a terrible ordeal.
She scripted the ordeal. He wasn't going to commit suicide with that disruptor overload at all. He was trying to blow up the lab entrance, so we couldn't find out what really happened.
Now we're getting to it.
Human evolution has stalled, Captain. A typical man of 2270, like you, is no different physically from a Cro-Magnon of 100,000 years ago. We are superior.
I thought you said absolute power only corrupts selectively.
And selection,
Looks like
whether
it has.
natural or artificial, is the engine of evolution. Your kind should embrace your fate. Instead, you try to control us.
You're scary.
Chief.
What can we do against her? We can't do anything against her. She'll have to come voluntarily.
Why do you suppose the Preservers erected a barrier around our galaxy?
Hell, probably to contain us. To keep violence from spilling into the universe.
No. It was so that naturally superior individuals could be uplifted.
You don't know what gods think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, she does.
I do.
Because she is a god. She's scarier than Gary Mitchell.
Sub-Commander?
Subspace scan completed. We find no evidence of a cloaked vessel, Enterprise.
Our trace of the Romulan kidnappers disappeared after Sentek lost consciousness and Lana was put in the brig.
It's an illusion.
The ship was an illusion.
So it would seem. If there is no Romulan marauder, then the Enterprise entered our space without provocation.
Yeah, it was a...
Starfleet is clearly the aggressor.
Well...
Sub-Commander, that's for diplomats to decide.
Right.
For now, you will stand down and surrender to the Romulan Star Empire.
No deal, dude.
The bird of prey is charging its plasma weapon.
Captain Kirk to the bridge.
Yeah, Kirk, Sulu can't handle this.
Go ahead, Tal. Open fire. Tell your Praetor why you destroyed a Federation starship instead of capturing it.
Whoa, Sulu.
We have no interest in obsolete technology.
Ouch.
Obsolete?
Get Scotty up here. How dare you? Back off. Get us out of here?
Evasive maneuvers. Brace for impact.
Romulan weapon reaching full charge in 3, 2, 1.
Are we stopping it with our powers? She wouldn't let herself get destroyed. Not a chance.
Why haven't you fired?
I have.
Stand aside.
Let me press that button. I can't quite push it.
Scans show their plasma torpedo fully charged and operational.
They just can't press the button.
Sub-Commander, power down our weapons immediately.
Yeah.
Sir,
we're all friends here.
You have recovered sufficiently to return to duty. Your glory is mine, Commander.
Yeah.
Tal, we will assist the Enterprise in its mission.
Commander, we have them here in Romulan space.
I have no intention of permitting human espers nor Romulan dissidents to attack the Praetor.
Your loyalty to the Praetor is admirable.
As I assume,
You better believe it,
is
dude.
yours.
Yeah. Don't double cross her. He's gonna double cross her.
What's our status? Mr. Scott enhanced the force field with the ship's shield grid. Nobody's gonna beam through that.
Rather ingenious. I'd expect nothing less. Sulu says you fooled Sub-Commander Tal into thinking his weapons malfunctioned.
There's no way this will hold her. Look, I know Gary wasn't he held? How did he get out? I don't know. She could just go through the floor, through the ceiling, I don't know. She mind controlled the Romulans to think they were pressing a button, didn't she? She's fine. She can get anybody to let her out. She can get Drake to let her out.
No need to thank me, Captain.
Just like you fooled us into thinking Romulans kidnapped the Espers. Your people stole the Halifax, did they?
Simple humans are so easy to deceive. They can be tricked into doing almost anything.
Like shutting down their own life support?
The Hood.
Yeah.
My God, that's what happened to the Hood.
Why?
To see if we could.
Yep. I'm glad.
There's nothing you or anyone can do now. My brethren will be uplifted by the barrier. Even the great James T. Kirk will be brought to his knees.
I'd like to see that.
In the hopes that my senior staff can provide some insight, I've assembled those who were present when we first crossed the barrier.
Ladies and gentlemen, I direct your attention
look
to
at this room.
Stardate 1312.
Everybody's here.
The so-called galactic barrier.
I think we all remember what happened.
Except for
I
those
do.
of us that weren't yet aboard.
Oh, we've read the reports, Captain. 2 crew members with high ESP ratings had their abilities altered.
So when the Halifax reaches that barrier, with all of those espers on board...
Counselor, that is precisely what we must prevent.
But it's been weeks since they stole the vessel. What if they already made it?
Lieutenant Smith, as I recall, you were holding Commander Mitchell's hand when the crossing occurred.
Yep.
Any insight you can provide? Anything unique you may have experienced via physical contact?
That's so funny, actually. That's so funny. Do you think they set up this whole Smith-Jones thing? Like, from episode, whenever I think it was episode 3 she was introduced, or at least that comment was made. Do you think they set it up just for this story? You know, that she was, like, canonically that person from that episode? That's great.
Nothing I didn't put in my report, sir.
Defeating one god was hard enough, but a ship full of them.
They're not gods, Scotty.
They might turn on each other.
Even with all his power, Gary was still susceptible to human frailty. Hell,
Ego.
Couldn't even remember my middle name.
An uplifted Esper's strength weakens as it is expended.
Then we must use that to our advantage. Strike first, before they grow stronger.
They're Federation citizens, our brothers, sisters.
Kill them all, Kirk.
If they are misguided.
Kill them.
Consider this a rescue mission.
Send them to Andromeda.
Transmission from the USS Congo. They picked up the Halifax's ion trail.
Tell Captain Osmi we'll be joining the chase. You heard her. Get to work.
We should send them to Andromeda. Payback.
Sir, even at maximum sustainable speed, we can't catch the Halifax before it enters the barrier.
Commander, what are your ship's warp capabilities?
Our birds of prey do not utilize what you refer to as warp.
Can they go faster?
There is speculation that Romulans employ confined quantum singularities to
Yeah.
bend space.
They do.
I cannot confirm that.
What if a traditional warp field and the fold from an artificial singularity overlapped?
It may be possible.
Super warp.
Sulu, you're a genius.
Who am I to argue with you, sir?
Work with Scotty and the Romulan engineers to enhance our velocity. Let's see how fast we can get our girl to go.
We need Nomad back. He got us up to warp 15 or something. What are we doing? Let's combine, yeah, like a transformer.
Lower your deflectors, Enterprise. Shields down.
Tractor beam standing by.
Oh, nice. Holy shit.
Mr. Smith? Punch it.
Punch it.
Yes, sir.
Nice. I want to see super speed. Go, go, go. Yeah. Oh, nice.
6 different systems redlining.
Let them redline. Aye. Hey, poor parents.
Go, go, go. What is she gonna do? Oh no. No, Drake. Don't shoot that man. Oh. It's not on you, Drake. Don't point it at yourself. No way, no way, no way. I won't accept Drake's death. No. 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 That's up there with worst deaths in Star Trek.
Well, I'll be damned.
Doc.
Sir, galactic barrier dead ahead.
Even more beautiful than before.
Sir, we're picking up a vessel at the barrier.
Full mag.
Stop. Can we stop them? They look like they're on the way back.
Identification confirmed. SS Halifax.
Ship to ship. This is Captain James Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. We are here to render aid, but it is crucial that you do not enter the barrier. Please reply. Or anything.
Just silence.
There was no one aboard.
What?
Captain, we're detecting another ship nearby. A starship.
Hello.
It is the Congo, sir. It would appear there are only about 24 life forms aboard.
The Espers.
I've tied into the Congo's bridge, Captain.
Well, we have a problem. We got 2 problems.
You're too late, Captain. Relinquish command, or the Enterprise will suffer the same fate as the Hood.
To be continued. Concluded. Whew. Right up. This is a really strong episode, really strong cliffhanger. And once again, we've got callbacks and continuations and Isn't Rydell, is this A relation? Is this her daughter? Playing her? Whoa. I gotta look this up. Wow, I said it's her daughter. I said it was great casting because she looks so similar. But the reason she looks so similar is because she's her daughter. That's amazing. I love that. It's like Scotty. It's great. It's great. You know, there was something so authentic about it. I was like, hey, you know, for a few moments in the episode, I was like, it's just her. She's just back. You know? The way she was moving, there was something about the way she was standing or moving. I was like, that's her. That's her. Once again, I don't know how this show does it, but they did it. They did it. Now, who is Nicola Bryant? I might be familiar with the people who play Doctor Who, but not their companions. Perry. The Romulan Vulcan guy? I do recognize him, but I just can't remember what exactly. Expanse. Yeah, of course. Of course. And what about the Admiral? That told us nothing. She told us nothing about anything. She was in Star Trek Evolutions. And the Romulan sidekick guy who was totally trustworthy, he played Commander Shepard in Mass Effect. He was the voice actor for the male Shepard. Which is fun, because we had the female Shepard in Lord X. Which I have been watching, but probably won't make it to YouTube. It's 1,000,000 miles a second. It's hard to give proper reactions to. Wow, what a first part of the finale. This time we're continuing where no man has gone before. And I guess it's a natural follow-up to it. What would the Federation do if they knew that they could produce godlike humans? They would have to explore that opportunity. They would have to explore that idea. You know? Especially since all those existential threats might be coming from Andromeda, as I was saying. They always send us their worst doomsday machines and brains and all sorts of things they just chuck at us. Calvins. Little stick puppet people in cat's paw. They're all from Andromeda. It's about time we sent them something. We're here to conquer you. We're godlike entities. Yeah. Or maybe we can go back to the Metrons, depending on which way you want to pronounce it. From Arena, the Gorn episode. Speaking of that episode, in that episode, Sulu was in charge. He took charge against the Gorn because Kirk and Spock were on the planet. He did well in that episode. And he did well in this episode too, standing up to that Romulan sub-commander guy. He was in the chair and he was... Sulu is a strong episode for Sulu because he came up with the idea to, hey, what if we take their cool warp drive that isn't quite a warp drive and our warp drive and just smash them together. You're a genius, Sulu. Sure thing, sure. You know? But the visual effects around that with the double tractor beam, I love it. I love the double tractor beam. Different colors even. And then it even made a noise. You know? The only thing in space that can make a noise. Double warp. But didn't get us there in time. It got us there in time for us to see the Espers coming back with their fancy starship. You know what I like about this episode? It made no sense at the start. Nothing about it was making sense. My brain was... I was like, no, wait, no, what? No, what? This isn't right. Every explanation we were given, my brain was like, is this bad? You know, I was like, is this bad writing? Or is something not quite right? Turns out it was the second option. And I had little, you know, I watched the first 17 minutes, then I had to stop, I was forced to stop. Then I read the transcript back before starting today. And I was like, you know what? This really doesn't make any sense. There's nothing about this that's... Like, I knew the ESP woman and that Romulan were in cahoots, because none of that story made any sense. You know? Oh, I'm peace-loving. Oh, he's got a... You know, I can't control him because of reasons. Then her asking about him straight away on the ship, and I thought they were in cahoots. I didn't know they were in love. You know? And then I was like, no, the Romulans, that doesn't explain the Hood. That doesn't explain the other ships. I was like, none of this makes any sense. And I was right. None of it made any sense. It was just a trick. A trick. But what do? There's a starship full of gods who seem... They're not arguing with each other, so they seem pretty aligned. Remember in Where No Man Has Gone Before, it took a god to take out a god. They kind of got each other, really. Kirk was just sort of there. Hey, interesting. Gary forgot his middle name. Was that because of the tombstone in that episode? I want to check his tombstone. I'm just going to look up that episode of the original. Something in the back of my brain is like, the tombstone was weird. Yeah, James Orr Kirk. He forgot his name. I love the callbacks. I love the callbacks to explain the weird stuff in the original. You know? They've done that a few times. Anything that's slightly weird, let's try and explain it. Like the Turnabout Intruder stuff. I love it. Part 1 of this episode is great. And To Be Concluded is sad. Seeing, instead of To Be Continued, seeing to Be Concluded. It's just sad. I'm mad about it. I'm mad that it's over. I'm mad that they can't make any more. You know? Whoever's in charge of letting them do it or not do it, grow up. You know? That's all I gotta say. How dare you? You know? Do you not want good things in the world? Is that it? You know? Sitting on your bags of money? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just mad about it. Because of that thought and care that goes into this, you know? And while some of the officially made stuff that's got that brand of canon and brand of approval can be so poor and so carelessly written and so carelessly handled, you know? It's frustrating, is what I'll say. Drake! No, buddy! Buddy, Drake! That's the biggest crime in this episode. I'd feel sad about it, but I'm too mad about it. I don't think they have the power to bring him back. Do you know? He was our $6 million man. He was a staple of the show. He saved the day in episode 5. Drake. She forced him to turn it on himself. I thought something was gonna, like when he shot the guy, I was like, hey, don't beat yourself up about it, Drake. It wasn't you, it was her. But when he started turning it towards himself, I thought, no, somebody has to intercede here. There has to be like ship turbulence or something. And they weren't even on stun. I knew that thing couldn't hold her. Nothing can hold her. You know, that's why we had to beam her. We should have killed her. That's why. And we should kill all those people on that ship. You know? We can't trust them to be... We can't just let them loose. We can't. 2 options. 1, kill them all, right? Oh, 3 options. 2, depower them all. 3, send them to Andromeda. You know? It doesn't matter then. It doesn't affect any future canon if we've just sent them off into the void for a few hundred years. Now, can Kirk and crew outsmart like 20 gods? I don't know, we know they have flaws. We can turn them against each other, maybe. We know they can kill each other. You know, with Highlander style, there can be only one. You know? Get Sulu's sword out. I'm excited about part 2. I'm upset isn't the word, but I'd love to watch it right away. But I can't. So we'll have to wait another week. And then say fond farewell to the series. Who lives, who dies. I think this is the last voyage of... I think we're going to retire the ship. I think that was the implication of this episode. Or something like that. The Romulans didn't even want it. You know? Our obsolete technology. Our... How dare they? Right. Thank you for watching. I love this 40 minutes of TV. Big fan of it. Big fan of everything they're doing. Across all 11 episodes. And, yeah. We'll see the end of it next week. Go watch the original. Go watch part 2 now. Over on their channel. I double dog dare you. And I'll see you back here next week. Get out of here.